Good morning, dear students. As we have discussed in the last class, life cycle of a product refers to the various stages of a product which goes through from its introduction through its growth, maturity and saturation and at the last eventually declines from the market. So various stages of the life cycle of a product there are 5 stages of product life cycle. First stage, introduction stage or innovation or development stage, and second one, growth or market acceptance stage, and third one, maturity stage, saturation stage and decline and obsolescence stage. So let us discuss one by one. First one, introduction stage or introductory or innovation or development stage. Introduction stage is the first stage in the life cycle of a product. So this is the first stage in every product or life cycle. Understood? So certain features of this stage are: at this stage the product is introduced in the market and is made known to the customers or consumers. So in the first stage, the name itself says that innovation or introduction stage. In this stage, product is introduced in the market. So newly produced product by any company is introduced in the market and will be known to the consumers. And second one, the product is made known to potential consumers through various programs of advertising and sales promotion. So here, after the introduction of a new product or new product, this will be introduced in various programs of advertising and sales promotion. So these are the channels of distribution, right? So distribution channels, advertising and sales promotion. So these products are made known to potential consumers or customers through various programs of advertising. You know that various programs of advertisement, television advertisement, paper advertisement, and so many sales promotional activities, or door-to-door selling, or else online shopping, these and all, right? So this is about the various programs of advertising or promotion activities or promotional programs, right? And third one, a high level of promotional efforts are required and expenditure will be very high. As we know, this is a new product, right? So every company or any company, they introduce in the first stage, they introduce the first product in the market. That's why high level of promotional efforts, high level of promotional programs are required. That is, advertising and other sales promotional activities are required. That's why expenditure will be very high, right? So to sales or to sell that product, advertising and sales promotional activities needed, right? Required, right? So for that, the expenditure will be very high. The product line is very narrow. Product line is very narrow, and also the distribution line is limited distribution line. That means limited distribution programs are there in this first stage, that is in the introduction stage. And the sales of the product do not pick up during this stage, right? So this is as we know, this is the first stage, introduction stage. Here the sales of the product is very low, right? So do not pick up during this stage, because the potential consumers are quite unaware of the characteristics of the product, and purchase of such a product are generally made caution, right? It create cautions by the high income group buyers on a trial basis. That's why in this stage the sales of the particular product is very low. And technical defects in the product may often appear during this stage, right? Because of insufficient prior testing, and so there are frequent product modifications. So lack of prior testing, the technical defect or defects may arise, right? So the technical defects in the product may often appears during the introduction stage. And the introductory stage is very risky for the marketer. Why it is very risky? Because the high percentage of product failure in this period, because this is the first stage, this is a introduction stage. Here in some case the product may get failure, right? So that's why this stage is a very risky stage, and the price of the new product is very high. Why it is high? Because of high production and marketing cost, and as well as the promotional programs. Because of that reason, the price of the product will be very high. There is not much competition for the marketers, because here this is a new product to the market. That's why there is no competition in the market for new product, right? As a product is new for the potential consumers, that's why there is no competition in the first stage of the product life cycle. There is low margin of profit for the marketers, right? So because of low sales volume, because it is a new product to the consumers, right? So new for the potential consumers, they are not about, or they are not they don't know about this product, right? So that's why the margin of profit of the for the marketers is very low, and heavy cost of production and marketing, right? This is about the first stage of product life cycle, that is introduction or innovation or development stage. Name itself says that introduction, introducing the new product to the market, right? I hope this is understood, right? And the second stage, that is growth stage. After the product is introduced in the market, the product enters the second stage called growth stage. Some of the features of this stage are: under this stage, the product gains popularity among and gets recognition from the consumers. So after the product is introduced in the market, so in the second stage, the product gains popularity. Product gains or product gets recognition from the consumers. If your product are good, then usually the consumers, they recognize your product, right? So or else if your product is very quality product, then the consumers, they are going to buy they are going to buy more products, right? So that's why the product gains popularity in this stage and gets recognition from the customers. Sales of the product increases. As we know, in the first stage, the sales of the product is very less, because of this is a new product to the market, right? So as a result, the sales of the product, the increase. So in the second stage, the sales of the product increases, because the product gets popularity among the customers, or product gets recognition from the consumers. That's why the sales of the product will be increases. The contribution to increasing sales is maximum from higher income group, as well as sales is also made by the middle income group. Here the sales is maximum from higher income group. As we know, in this stage, in the growth stage, product gets popularity. That's why the higher income group, they buy more products, right? So some contribution also is made by middle income group also. Profits of the firm also go up. As we know, in the first stage, there is a very low profit margin, but in this growth stage, profits of the firm also go up, because of that popularity, because of that recognition from the consumers, right? Or because of increase in the production and sales, and resultant economies of large scale production and sales, and lower production and marketing cost per unit. And next one, large number of production will be required. The main problem of the firm during this stage is to produce goods in sufficient quantities and market the output without delay. So in this stage, in the growth stage, the demand for that particular product will be very high. That's why large number of production will be required. So right, so this is the main problem of every firm. So during the growth stage, they is to produce sufficient quantities and market the output without delay. That is important. Without delay, they have to supply the goods to the market, then only the consumers, they can buy the goods. High profit in this stage attracts competitors to enter the market. So in the growth stage, the high profit will be there, right? So here this high profit, this attracts to the competitors to enter the market. In the introduction stage, there will be no competitor in the market, but in the growth stage, if you earn more profit, which will be attract to the competitors to enter the market, right? This is about another feature. And next one, in order to meet the high competition, the marketers concentrate on advertising and sales promotional programs. So this high profit which will attract to the new competitors, and in order to meet this competition, this marketer, they have to concentrate on advertising and sales promotional activities, right? So here, in order to meet the growing competition effectively and to lengthen the growth stage, the marketers, they have to concentrate on advertising and sales promotional programs. And product improvement are made here after the competition, or because of this heavy competition, product improvements are made, right? Product innovations are made. And next one, new and alternative uses of the product are also made to the consumers. So in order to meet the high competition, they have to introduce new and alternative uses of the product, right? So otherwise the competitors product will be sell more, right? So that's why new and alternative uses of the product are also made known to the consumers. And new market segments are opened, and the system of physical distributions also improved. Here in the growth stage, new market segment, as we know what is the segment means dividing the total market into a small segments or small group, right? So here new market segments are opened because of this high competition. And price of the product may be slightly reduced by the firm because of the presence of economies of large scale production and sales. Here because of this large scale production and sales, the price of the product may be slightly reduced. In this stage, as the demand generally continues to exceed the supply, right? So there is more scope for large scale production and sales, but the firm is required to improve its marketing system and compete effectively with the competitors. That's why because of that large scale production and sales, the price of the product may be slightly reduced. So this is about the second stage of product life cycle, that is growth stage. So here in this video we have discussed only two stages, that is introduction stage and growth stage. Rest three stages will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.